This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. What you just heard there was me having a little bit of a play with this guitar. This is, of course, the latest acquisition. This is the Harley Benton SC550II. There she goes. I did a full review on this guitar a little while ago, so if you missed that, I'll link to that video in the description. But the main point of what I was doing there was illustrating the lead guitar sound, if you like, of the Ionian mode. Now, we looked in Wednesday's theory lesson at the chordal aspect, you know, how to arrange chords into the Ionian mode, and this was basically me showing you how to, or showing what it sounds like when you start playing lead guitar over that kind of chord sequence, playing the lead guitar side of the Ionian mode. So I'll tell you what, let's have a little bit of a look at how I arrived at all of the notes that I was using in that solo, and basically explaining how you can find the Ionian mode as a soloing vehicle on the neck of the guitar. Here it is. Okay then, let's take a look at what was going on here, and I often get asked, and I always forget to tell you what the signal chain is for these solos that I do. So obviously here I was using this guitar, the latest acquisition, the Harley Benton SC550II, and I was recording direct into Reaper, and this, let me get it, was the signal chain. There we go. I was using the free Mercurial Tube Screamer plugin into a bias amp emulation of a Marshall Plexi, and then I also borrowed from Guitar Rig the quad delay effect on there. So that was the signal chain I was playing through. Let's take a look at the chord sequence. There it is. This is the chord sequence that I cooked up in Wednesday's lesson, and basically all of these chords all come from the key of A major. And just to have a little bit of a recap there, the way to find what chords are in any key is basically do this little 1-4-5 3-chord trick, and then grab the relative minors of those chords. That's an A, a D, and an E. F sharp minor is the relative minor of A. D, the relative minor of that is B minor, and E the relative minor of that is C sharp minor. So as long as you know that 1, 4, 5 thing, and you know your major relative minor relationships, then you're good to go. And that gives us the chords in the key of A, and if we are focusing on the A chord, the 1 chord, then that puts us into the Ionian mode. Anyway, because we're focusing on the A major chord, we can use A major pentatonic. Here's pattern 1. Then we can look at pattern 2, like this. After that, following that, you got pattern 3, looks like this. After pattern 3, no surprises, we have pattern 4, which is at the 9th fret like this. After pattern 4, pattern 5 is this. And then after pattern 5, we get pattern 1 again. Let's just bring that up on screen. Here it is, like this. So those are the different pentatonic shapes that you can use over any chord sequence where you've got an A major tonality. The A major is the chord that you're focusing on. But we're talking about modes here, not pentatonics. So what do we do to the A major pentatonic to turn it into the A Ionian mode? Well, basically we've got this E chord here and this C sharp minor chord here. Both of those chords contain a G sharp note. There it is in the E chord, and that's one of the places you'll find it in the C sharp minor. So we can add G sharp into the A major pentatonic, which, as if you were paying attention earlier, you will have seen that the A major pentatonic has the notes of A, B, C sharp, E and F sharp. So we're adding in the G sharp that we find in a couple of the chords. Likewise, we've got a B minor chord in the chord sequence which contains this D note here, and so does the D chord. That contains a D note. So what we can do is add both of those notes into the A major pentatonic. You can see where I've added them in there. I've circled them in a little orange kind of glow there, the G sharps and the Ds, and when you add those notes in to the A major pentatonic, you get the A Ionian mode. Which is just the same thing as an A major scale, but you know, specifically what we're doing here is we're playing an A major scale and we're focusing on A as the home bass note, the tonic note, if you want to call it that. Excuse me, let's just get this next slide up, and what we can do is then add those G sharps and Ds into all of the different pentatonic patterns that you saw me demonstrating earlier, and that's what they look like. And there is a printer-friendly PDF of that up on my Patreon page for all my wonderful Patreon supporters. So that's essentially what I was doing there. Over the A major tonality chord sequence, I was using A major pentatonic with added Ds and G sharps. So, you know, you can take a lick, maybe something like that, and go, that kind of thing, just adding in those extra notes, and it just gives it that little bit more detail and depth, and you know, can help make it sound more melodic. And that is, as I say, what I was doing in this solo. So take these concepts and go away and have some fun with them. And I should have mentioned in that clip there, but I clean forgot when I was talking about the signal chain, that Tube Screamer plugin was on all the time. All I was doing to go from the sort of rather subdued licks at the beginning of the solo to the more shouty stuff towards the end was just using the guitar's volume control to dial in the amount of gain that I wanted. It's a fantastic plus point about this guitar for me, is that when you start turning the volume controls down, it doesn't all just turn to mud. It's you know, a full range of sounds across the board. Anyway, I digress. There is, of course, a full tab in, as usual, both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a clip of me playing the solo and the clip of me explaining what was going on, and the jam track to play along with. But you've probably already got that if you saw Wednesday's video. All of that is up on my Patreon page, and let me see. There's the address, and the link is in the description. I can add these kind of slides in real time now. I'm getting quite slick with this new camera. Anyway, as I say, it's only $3 a month, and you get access to all of these extra resources that go along with these YouTube lessons. The link is in the description. Thank you so much to everybody who's supporting me in that way, or any of the other ways, which are also linked down there in the description. Massively, massively appreciated. Thank you so much. And that is pretty much all I've got for you today, folks. If you've enjoyed the video and found it useful and informative and maybe even a little bit inspiring, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not give me a like while you're at it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.